Keir Starmer now says he's the guy that's going to control our borders. The same Keir Starmer that decriminalised illegal immigration, has prioritised illegals over our own good people, has thrown them into hotels and generally prioritised them for housing as well, and wanted to make sure that anyone who spoke out against illegal immigration was called far right and put in prison. But now suddenly he's all for it. He also says that those arriving in our country should speak English. Maybe he could go to Birmingham or Bradford or Luton or Leicester or any other of his voting areas and say that, because none of them will understand a bloody word.
Katie Hopkins just dropped a truth bomb on Keir Starmer, and it's shaking up the political scene in a way no one saw coming. This isn't one of those slow, predictable political arguments. This one is sharp, bold, and full of moments that leave people stunned. If you usually find politics boring, this will wake you right up. The whole internet is buzzing, and every line from Hopkins has become part of a wildfire spreading online. Get ready for one of the most surprising and entertaining takedowns of the year. You truly don't want to miss this.
Keir here. My director of strategy, who's a right ginger, has said that I should explain our new policy on migration very simply. So before, we loved illegals. We couldn't get enough of illegals. Illegals, come, welcome. I helped bring them in. I put them in hotels. I also love a Rwandan. I love me a stubby Rwandan. In fact, I love all illegals because they are the ones that vote for us. So if you go to any of the Labour strongholds, Luton, Leicester, Birmingham, Bradford, all you'll find is Muslims, and we can buy their vote for 20 quid. But then we got beaten by reform. So now we say, we cannot stand illegals. We are the ones that will control the border. You can trust us. We will stop them coming.
Keir Starmer, the man who somehow always looks both puzzled and worn out at the same time, as if he just opened his eyes in a library he didn't even remember entering, just took a massive verbal hit from Katie Hopkins. Yes, Hopkins, who enters political conversations like she's there to burn down every weak argument in sight, went straight for Starmer's credibility. And his reaction? Priceless. Picture someone frozen in place, staring into bright headlights while trying to understand a messy Excel file titled Public Opinion. Total panic, total confusion. Classic Keir. A leadership moment sponsored by pure chaos.
Here's the thing, Keir. I've had a thought that fixes a lot of your problems. So, you're looking to put boots on the ground in Ukraine, specifically Kyiv. I thought, why don't you get all the people that had a Ukraine flag on their social media profile? Obviously, they had to take down their NHS one and their LGBTQ one to put up the Ukraine one. But those people, and the people who took in a Ukrainian into their homes like a little pet, just for Christmas. People that are like, oh yeah, we've got one. Yeah, we've got a Ukrainian family. Yeah. We've got a Ukrainian family. Yeah, because we're a better kind of person.
For nearly a year, Starmer has been trying to convince the country that he's an actual person with real views, not some political projection shaped by endless focus groups. People still aren't sure. One moment he's promising strong loyalty to Brexit, like it's a treasured memory from his childhood, and the next, he's nervously adjusting trade plans like a stressed-out intern showing a PowerPoint to a room of people who barely care. And just when it seems like he's finally grown a backbone, we find out it wasn't his at all. It was borrowed from a drifting Lib Dem who instantly regretted lending it out.
Comrades, my name is Keir Starmer, and I'm here to fuck the foundations. When I became your Prime Minister, not only did I get new hair and glasses provided by a donor who now has full access to 10 Downing Street and my bedroom, we were promised 3 things. Number 1, we would be fully costed and fully funded. We're so fully funded and fully costed, we're essentially just like Katie Price, or HS2, or the public sector in Argentina pre-Milei, depending on your sense of humour. In order to make the £22 billion hole in the budget even worse, we have spunked a whole bunch of cash at train drivers and junior doctors. This guarantees 2 things. Number 1.
Then comes Katie Hopkins, cutting through the political haze like a GPS that refuses to sugarcoat anything. She took one look at Keir Starmer's carefully polished public image, a mix of official seriousness and the emotional spark of a wilting lettuce, and decided it was time for a harsh reality check. With her usual direct style, she put Starmer's persona under a bright spotlight, and under that light, it fell apart quickly, exposing how thin and performative his entire leadership act really is.
Keir Starmer has been in Italy with Meloni. So you've got a left-wing, radical left-wing human rights guy over with what would be labelled as far-right Meloni in Italy. Now, I appreciate many of you will know much of this already, but it bears repeating at some level. Firstly, Meloni has been very successful at getting migrant numbers down. She's done that by, number one, hitting where they leave. So Tunisia, Egypt, Libya, she's making deals with those guys to stop the boats.
While Keir is out there holding press conferences that feel more like awkward family dinners where everyone avoids mentioning Brexit, Katie hits straight at the target. She cuts through Starmer's vague, hesitant answers with the confidence of someone who has been waiting days to write a brutally honest review. Only this time, it's not a hotel, it's the leadership of the Labour Party. And in her view, it deserves 1 star and a serious warning. Now, let's talk about his economic vision. If you can call staring into nothing and hoping a policy appears a vision. For months, Starmer followed the Conservatives around like a confused dog at Crufts, sniffing at their economic ideas and occasionally shouting something about responsibility. Then Katie stepped in and basically asked, "What responsibility, Keir, other than turning Labour into a political mess?"
Keir Starmer having an affair with his voice coach. I know, dog. I know. Disbelief. I mean, I think we all have some questions, don't we? Question 1. Why do guys always have affairs with people that look exactly like the wife they already had? I mean, if you've already got that wife, what's the point of having an affair with another woman who looks exactly the same as the wife that you apparently don't want? Why not pick someone, you know, super exciting, maybe with massive boobs, or a lady from another continent with an enormous bottom? I mean, just something completely different to what you've already got. Why are you still shopping in the same supermarket?
Every time Starmer starts talking about economic growth, economists across the country react like they've been asked to explain how a spoon works. His approach seems to rely on the hope that the economy will grow simply because it has nothing better to do. Productivity, innovation, investment. He has spreadsheets for all of them, just no real plans. It's like watching someone try to start a car using a spoon. Plenty of enthusiasm, but none of the right tools. Then we come to immigration. Starmer has been jumping around this issue like he's trying to avoid stepping on invisible landmines. He's attempting to make the left happy, calm the right, and leave everyone else utterly confused. The result? A stance so weak that even boring porridge seems bold in comparison. Katie called him out with her usual blunt force, asking whether his plan was to put revolving doors at the border so everyone could be equally frustrated.
Keir Starmer says he's going to have a peace talk for Ukraine. Peace talks for Ukraine. Oh, yes, I'm going to have peace talks. Yeah, so what did you do for the last 3 years? Oh, yeah, bugger all. And now Trump's coming to fix the problem, and you want some of his success? Please, you're like a tick on a bloody dog. The last time the EU leaders were together, they took their jackets off in solidarity with Zelensky. Oh, do you think he'll take me up there? We've never seen anything this gay since the last time, I don't know.
You can't overlook his painfully scripted speeches. Every time he delivers a line, it feels like watching a glitchy voice assistant read out a press release. You almost get the sense that he practices his speeches in front of a mirror, then apologises to the mirror afterward for taking up its time. His charisma lands somewhere between a dead battery and a polite sneeze. Katie Hopkins noticed this right away and stepped in like a brutally honest theatre critic reviewing his one-man show titled Keir, a memoir in monotone. She's asking the real questions, like why Starmer keeps confusing being overly careful with being a strong leader, or why he thinks replying "we'll look into it" to every question counts as a plan instead of a political shrug dressed in a suit. Then there's his stance on law and order. He talks tough. Well, as tough as a toddler pretending to be brave about eating broccoli. His time as Director of Public Prosecutions is packed with explanations and footnotes, but very little actual action. And when Katie brings this up, she doesn't drown it in long policy talk. She spells it out clearly. If Keir's whole message is about safety and stability, then where's the proof? So far, all we've seen are promises, about as reliable as the burst of motivation people have when they sign up for a gym in January.